Welcome, class. So today we've got 8.7 notes. We're starting a new topic today, completely related to Pythagorean theorem, which is what we spent the last few days doing. But now we're working with trigonometry. You can see that we're going to be still using right triangles. So just like Pythag used right triangles, we're going to keep using that. But we're going to get to a little bit something different here. So for trig, we've got an acronym. And this acronym is SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA. That's going to be super important to memorize, super important to remember. We'll do enough stuff with SOHCAHTOA that you should have it down by the end of class. So the SOHCAHTOA stands for three different things. You can see the first letter S stands for sine. The first letter in this three sets of letters stands for cosine. And the first letter T here stands for tangent. There's a T there, tangent. And we'll work with a lot of this. So let's start with sine. So sine is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. So hence SOH. Sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. So if we look at our triangle up here, you can kind of see the words. If you can't, this word right here says opposite, this says adjacent, and that says hypotenuse. So we are looking at this angle A here, and the sine of angle A is once again going to equal the opposite over the hypotenuse. So we can see that that A is the opposite side and that that H is, the C is the hypotenuse. So sine of A is going to equal A over C. Cosine, so we've got the ka now that we're talking about. Cosine is going to equal, cosine equals the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So cosine adjacent hypotenuse, CAH, SOHCAHTOA. So cosine equals the adjacent over the hypotenuse. So if I'm looking at the angle A right here, the adjacent side is B and the hypotenuse is C. So cosine of A is going to equal B over C. Just a reminder that opposite means across from, and adjacent means next to. So that's why this A is the opposite side and this B is the adjacent side. And the last thing is tangent. So tangent equals the opposite over the adjacent. So opposite over adjacent, hence we've got TOA, tangent is the opposite over the adjacent. So when we're looking up here, we've got the opposite side is the A, the adjacent side is the B. So my tan of A is going to equal A over B. As you see here too, I wrote the abbreviations that we use. So the abbreviation for sine is SIN, the abbreviation for cosine is COS, and the abbreviation is TAN. So lots of times you'll hear me referring to this as sin, cos, and tan. Same thing as sine, cosine, and tangent. All right, after you're done with this, go ahead and watch the next video. Next video is going to be a little bit different than what you're used to, but I hope you enjoy it. And then the third video, we'll start with the packet.